Good morning, everybody. It's been a hell of a morning. We got anything going on over at the? Okay. Sorry, I just got to get my grip together. Uh, Good morning, Todd.
Get your grip together.
Yeah, I had to take a pain. About 3 o'clock this morning, I woke up and my back was killing me. I could hardly get out of bed, so I went and took an extra strength gabapentin, and I woke up about quarter till 9. So if all of a sudden I jump up, it's because I'm having a spasm. Any Anyway,
Hmm.
how was everybody this morning?
Bum, 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 bum. It's another Tuesday.
Yep,
Trash to the curb. Packed my orders. Started some laundry.
you've been busy. Good morning, Vintage. Good morning, Lag. Good morning, Ping.
Living life. Doing the tasks. Oh, I cleaned out the pool robot. Had too many leaves in it. Yeah, lots of stuff going on.
Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Spam. Thank you, Dr. Lag. All I know is that it works. Especially when you mix with a couple of Tylenol. But it sounds like you've been awful busy this morning. Wish I
Uh,
could say the same.
After I've had a
Good morning, Chick.
cup of coffee, right after that, I get more done early in the day than I do any other time. Getting close to Oliver Day.
Good morning, Anessa. Actually, we had dinner with them last night, and they've got next on October 3rd. She's going to be induced if she doesn't go before then, because she's having some slight contractions, and they went to the doctor yesterday, and she's got some dilation going on. So we're just hoping that she'll make it till at least the 1st of October, because then she has enough leave and vacation and all that kind of stuff to stretch out the rest of the year. So she won't have to worry about working on holidays with the baby and everything. So,
Hmm.
yeah, actually, and it's a Roberta on the way back from having dinner with them. She's like, it could be any time now. Oh, so we're all excited about it because we know a due date and can plan on scheduling around that. So hopefully they bought a. Sorry to go out on this little limb here. They bought one of these car seats that you can buy like a base, and you mount it and have it hooked up in your car, so you can just pop out a seat and take it and put it in a different car. So we're hoping that'll be here today. Even though I told her she should just go ahead and order another complete seat. So baby days are coming. Yeah, we want October 1st at least. So that's going to wrap up the year with a bang. Oliver Francisco Hucks. That's going to be his name. Francisco is Angela's father's name. And he is of Puerto Rican descent. Like great his grandfather came over. So anyway, that's where the Francisco comes, and he's not too amused with that because everybody called him Frankie, and when he was a kid, and still, family calls him Frankie now. And I said I can identify with that. If somebody calls from my house, calls to our house, and asks, "Is Tommy home?" Then it's either a family member or somebody I've known all my life. Yeah, Baby Watch has begun, so we're excited. I'm just my back is just killing me today. So, with that being said, the clock is ticking. How are you today, Todrick? Did you get all your stuff shipped yesterday?
Yeah.
You got a lot of shipping today?
I got 9 packages going out. Yesterday I sold. Let me look. I'm looking. I'm still looking. Yesterday I sold $300 worth of crap to unsuspecting buyers, which is slightly above average. Well, it's not been a very good couple of weeks. I've had 3 really good days, and the rest has just been ugh. But whatever.
Todd sold 5 million things yesterday. If he had of, I don't know whether he'd be here today or not.
Oh,
Which brings up
I got a new offer.
Brings up a good question. If you can, if you came into a bunch of money, lottery, inheritance, you sold 5 million things in a week. Once you got all that settled, would you keep on reselling?
I don't know. That's a good question. I might, but I sure wouldn't do as much as I do with it right now.
Good morning, Jake. You'd become a part-time.
Yeah.
Well, it would give you the opportunity to be more selective. You know, you when you're out seeing the country, you could find the $150 pot cut lid or that kind of stuff because you're not having to worry about
I
making
mean,
payroll.
how much money are we talking about here?
Enough that you would not need to do that. You would not need to rely on Social Security, your retirement accounts, none of that. You have plenty of money sitting by.
So I'm just going to go buy an island in the Bahamas and a summer cha-ching and a summertime place in up north somewhere. Yeah, I may not do much reselling anymore.
Yeah, like that's the magic number, 10 million. Roberta and I figured it out. 10 million just in the bank. Not worrying about interest or investments, just 10 million in the bank. And selecting, and we pull out $250,000 a year for living expenses. We would have more than enough to out. There would still be money in the bank when Roberta passed on. So 10 million is the magic number. After taxes, and after we bought the new house and replaced some cars and set up Oliver's college fund, that would be the magic number. Good morning, Craig. Craig. I am so sorry, Mike, for calling you Craig. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, James.
You called Mike Craig?
Yes, I don't know.
Tom, he has guns.
Yeah. Anissa, I would go out and buy my F-150 that I've been wanting. But see, I wouldn't even have to worry about hauling eggs around in it. It just take me, put a car seat in the back seat, we'll be good. Oh Lord, no. That was just bumping it up because Roberta and I are the kind of people. We talk about the lottery and all this kind of stuff. We're not into all kinds of jewelry. I couldn't get out of a Ferrari if I owned one right now. Good morning, good morning, Scott. Um, these people that inherit, excuse me, they inherit. I mean, they win the lottery and they win $150 million clear after taxes and everything, and they're broke in 5 years. What the hell do they spend that kind of money on? Because $150 million is not really enough to own a jet, so they didn't go out and buy a jet. You know, but anyway, like I said, you know, give me a good Timex watch. I'm good. I good quality shoes. But how do you spend that kind of money? I bet Denissa could knock it out. And this says I could spend that kind of money in a 1 year, more or less three. Uh,
Hookers and blow.
well, the get down. I can't deal with you today. Uh, I've got to set up. I got some louver doors that's getting ready to go up right there by the end of the freaking day. Um, sorry. He had like 150 grand in his car in cash, and went to a strip club. Somebody broke into his car and stole the $150,000. I think he was from Pennsylvania, Anissa, or was it Michigan? I'm having a day, Hank. Good morning. Like I said, I this is about all the motion I got in my back right now without freaking out. Um, but anyway, I don't know what they spend that kind of money on.
It's easy to spend money.
It is easy to spend, but that kind of money.
Just you can blow that on cars and houses and
But we're not car people, and we're not. Well, I have a set of house plans for a house I'd build. It's about 30,000 square feet, including the bunker. Uh, but I'm serious. I don't know how they do it. I don't know, James. Well, it is for a lot of people. I mean, even the football players and baseball players making all this money and all these Hollywood actors. I mean, I saw what's his name? He was in the Pirates of the Caribbean. He was doing a commercial for some product, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, you should have that. You've moved down to the B list if you're doing commercials. I mean, really.
so Tom is just saying if you won a big lottery or if you inherited something.
Yeah. Good morning, Sue. I was just saying, if you came into a bunch of Johnny Depp, yeah, he's doing commercials. Um, I just, like I said,
Well, I'm not going to hold my breath,
I'm not either,
so I just keep going.
but you would probably become a part timer if and more selective of what you bought if money was not an issue. I mean, it's not an issue really for you now, but I'm talking about really not an issue. Yes, so next Friday, the October the 3rd. That's when she's going to be induced if she doesn't go before then because she's apparently rest. She's apparently he's rest to go. So, yeah, that's just it. People like you and Shatner, and that's Captain Kirk. For those who don't know, that have horses. My God, that's okay. Um, that's expensive crap there now. So anyway, did you do anything exciting yesterday?
No, I packed up like a bunch of orders from the weekend, and then I listened to my show,
Right.
and then I listened to Primo Chemo show, and then I listened to the Tom and uh, Tom and Kevin show, and then in between, I listed about a dozen things, and that was pretty much my day yesterday.
You're making me feel bad about this listing stuff.
Well, are you a reseller, or are you just you don't
Play.
have to resell, do
I,
you?
I play a reseller on YouTube. um, I'm trying to get my chat back.
That's pretty much my routine. I get my morning show over with, and then I pack my orders, go to the post office, and come back and list, and yeah, I got lots of projects.
You got to get packed too.
Not yet. We don't leave for like 11 days.
Are you kidding? The lovely Roberta would already be packed. I mean, really. Oh,
Tara's here.
yeah. Good morning, Tara. I'm glad that I really like the fact that everybody can hear when somebody pops into the green room.
Really?
Um,
Oh, I didn't know.
Scott, that would be Captain Kirk on Star Trek, not on Star
No, I like him
Wars.
on Star Wars better. He shows saddlebreds. He's here. Well, now he's getting pretty old, but he used to be down here in Kentucky a lot. He had a farm here, but then, I suppose that third divorce, that probably didn't help.
That's right. She got.
Yeah, I saw William Shatner on American Pickers one time. They were buying stuff to
Yeah, that
decorate his.
that lady he was
Millstones.
that American Pickers episode. That lady that was his wife. She used to train horses, but then I think she went and got her amateur status back because once you got a lot of money, you don't have to, get paid to train them. You could just go buy the best horses.
So, how do you do that? I'm sorry to deviate the topic of the conversation here, but how do you go from. I guess you can be considered a professional if you're training and then go back to
Yeah, if
amateur
you're getting,
status.
yeah, you just can't like take money to train horses for like a year. That means
Okay.
you can't receive money for training lessons.
Yeah, and the secret to wealth is marrying William Shatner.
That's
That's the secret,
That's
really.
the secret.
Okay, hang on. Y'all just keep
You
talking. I got
listen
to.
every day or whatever you want, but you really do need to
I'd marry
marry
William Shatner. He had some good
It would be
horses.
good, definitely a way to success.
I think he used to have cutting horses a little bit too, though.
Hell, I'd marry William Shatner.
Who's that? You know who else comes up?
Oh,
And I see her at a lot of shows too because she rides this lady's Frisian. Who sings Delta Dawn? Is that Tanya
Tanya
Tucker?
Tucker.
Tanya
Or
Tucker.
Tanya
She'll
Tucker.
she'll be up here like at Shelbyville and Lawrenceburg Horse Show and stuff like that. She hangs out with saddlebred people too. And it's funny because like when you go to these horse shows, people won't like go and ask them for their autographs and that because they think it looks tacky and stuff, you know. So they'll be just like mingled around with the regular people.
Tars breathe the same air as her.
There's a guy, or there's a family. Let me put that away because this kid's do it now. He's got a place down in Lancaster County, and when you drive up to the house, you drive through this driveway, and then you drive through his barn. It's really fancy with brickwork and all this kind of stuff, and then you're in a courtyard where there's stables on one side, and then there are houses at the very end of it. There's something on the left. I don't remember what that was. Maybe it was just pastures. But he raised. It's like the Clydesdale, but it's a German breed. Big ass horses.
Yeah,
Anyway, he had
like
those.
draft horses.
I mean, those horses were like $60,000 for one horse, you know. But anyway,
Cheap.
that was his hobby.
Yeah.
That's Todd.
Tom, $60,000 for horses is expensive. They're like airplanes.
Yeah, horses are
They're
like
millionaire
boats. Horses are like boats and airplanes. They're great when you get them,
Yeah,
but the maintenance kills you.
Well,
You're ready
the
to
good
get rid
thing
of
about
them.
they
No.
will take out a millionaire.
I will say, like with a boat, you know, if you got it parked in your garage and it doesn't cost you anything to feed.
Yeah,
But
I
a
can
horse,
go eat.
you have to feed every day if you're riding it or not.
Food, vet bills, insurance.
My brother was bitching about that because they went over. They had to go over and get. Okay, they've got. I don't know whether it's a gooseneck or a fifth wheel.
Probably.
Which is the one that's got a ball?
Gooseneck
But you
is
said,
probably-
huh?
That's a gooseneck. The ball,
Okay.
a gooseneck. The ball is in the truck.
Yeah,
Okay.
the truck is male. On a fifth wheel, the truck is female.
Okay. So
And vice versa for the trailers.
he's got a 30-foot trailer gooseneck trailer, and they went and got it loaded down with hay and brought it home. And he is bitching about how much it costs because of their horses. And I said, well, you could always plant grass. And he said, but that'll take 3 years before you can really harvest it or, bale it. So anyhow,
And then you need all the equipment and everything. You gotta go out there and ride the equipment.
Oh
You
my
know, that
God,
shit's
there's no
expensive.
money in baling hay.
that stuff is expensive.
Well,
I'd
it's
rather-
expensive to harvest though too.
Yeah,
I mean, it ain't, when
I'd
gas
rather
was
just
50
buy
cents a
it.
gallon, it was
Yeah.
not bad. But
Especially when you're old,
those tractors, they don't get like 50 to a gallon. I can tell you that.
Did you say it gets 10 gallons to the mile?
Yeah, like a boat, right?
Well, and if you were paying yourself you're not paying yourself when you're baling hay. So probably if you figured it out by all the work you're doing, you might as well just go buy it and go do something else.
I had an uncle that had a ocean fishing boat made of wood with twin diesel engines, and it went about 12 gallons to a mile.
There was a guy out on the Lake Wiley that used to he had like a 35-foot cigarette racer.
Oh
And
boy.
he could fill up, and it had twin engines on it, twin inboards.
And where did he sell his drugs?
That's what everybody wondered. He actually had one of the most popular.
He had the tune from Miami Vice always swearing.
He had one of the most popular beer joints in York County. And it was a little hole in the road. It was just an old building on the side of the road over in the middle of damn nowhere. But he did some business there. Friday and Saturday night, that place was packed. Anyway, he could run from one end of our lake to the other and back to his house, and he'd have to fuel up again because it drank so much fuel. So it sat at the end of his dock a lot of times. Because he fished with my dad My dad would stop by, pick him up, and they go fishing on Dad's pontoon back. So, yeah, boats are really nice when you get them, and then you find out how expensive the maintenance is on them, and then you ready to get rid of it. Airplanes, the same thing. That's the reason you can look at, if you go by your local airport, there's like a Cessna 172 or a 150 or a, one of the smaller planes. It's probably owned by a group of people because it's cost some money just sitting there.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, yeah, because you got to rent a hangar or own a hangar.
you got to have a
Those
space to
hangars
tie
are like
down.
condo fees.
Yep, you got to have a space
Yeah, I
to
was gonna
tie
say
down.
most people do.
You got annuals on it that have to be done, whether it's flown 1,000 hours or whether it's flown 10. It has annuals that has to be done on it to make sure it's still airworthy.
Jim, when he did real estate, he worked with a guy that would buy investment real estate who had a plane, and he had to redo his like dash cluster on his plane. It wasn't like
Called it avionics. Yeah.
yeah, like
You got-
$200,000
Because yeah,
or
I have
something.
no, I have to update my avionics. It was $750,000.
Oh wow, yeah.
It was how much?
$750.
750?
50 grand.
Okay, that sounds more
It was,
like
it was a twin engine passenger.
right.
It was $750,000.
It had a
Just-
table. When you sat down, one side of the plane was all seat, and then the other side had a table where you could sit across from each other.
Yeah, avionics on
And
an
it had a
airplane
bath.
are real expensive. I'd hate to see what it costs nowadays.
I mean, this guy had the money, but he didn't have a lot of money left over when he got done with it. Let's put it that way. He wasn't one of these guys who's like, "Oh, that's nothing to me." No, he was working his way up. He's and what was he, 20?
He's
21?
my age.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't.
I mean, when I knew him, he would have been my age, and I guess when I started seeing you, I was 30.
Yeah, I'd known him sometime. I think he was around 20, 21 when they did that. They started building group homes for elderly. Him and his dad, and
That's
then
where
him
the
and his
money's
dad
at.
got in a fight when he was in his 20s. He
Mhm.
sued his dad and won a lawsuit against him and got a bunch of money.
They'd build them and then rent them to people. Then they'd lease them to people that would manage them or
Right.
We would
Put 'em
find
on land
we would
contract.
find the vacant lot and get all the permitting in and fight the city because the city would always fight. They would say they didn't want it, so we'd help fight the city to get the thing approved, and then we'd sell them the property. They'd build the building for the provider, who would then lease it for 20 years with an option to buy it after 20 years.
Yeah.
And that's what he did all over the state of Wisconsin. And now he's doing them in Louisiana,
Yeah,
Florida, Illinois.
Okay, Todd. You were talking about, because the city didn't want these facilities. Down here, they basically banned boarding houses.
Yeah, well, this ain't a boarding house. So
Well, I
it's
know,
it's
like a nursing home or assisted living type facility. But
it's a specific thing. It's a community-based residential facility that holds 15 people. Those are unbannable. If they can be built on any lot, that you can build a duplex by federal law.
well, I'm talking, but this I'm just
Because
talking
of-
about. I'm talking about the
Because-
government, how governments change. Now that you can have boarding houses. In Mecklenburg County, and it used to be
What would
they were banned.
what's a boarding house? Short-term rental?
It's where you rent by the room per night.
Yeah, is that like where you rent by the day or week?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Or by
because
the
a friend
week
of
or
mine's got
whatever?
one down in Rock Hill.
By the
And
hour.
He
By the hour?
no,
But you
not by
don't
the
call 'em a
hour.
hotel?
He actually rents by the month. But most of his students, because I was talking to him not long ago, most of his tenants are Winthrop College students now, and so he basically gets paid once a semester for the whole semester, and that's what he likes because it's only like 2 blocks away from the university. Matter of fact, the university's been wanting to buy it, but it of historical importance, so it's been put on the Rock Hill historical list, and
Oh,
So
it's a historical boarding
yeah,
house. Sounds classy.
100 years ago, or now 150 years ago, it was one of the founding fathers' houses of Rock Hill. So
Oh, like General Lee's dad, was
no,
locked
not
up there
General
in
Lee's
that
dad.
boarding house.
I think his
We
last
live
name.
right next to where.
Oh yeah, that's right. On some bar
I
up
ain't
here,
making that up.
hotel. Yeah, but it isn't there anymore. They just got a sign where it used to be.
We live about 3 miles from where a place where Andrew Jackson stayed. When he traveled through Kentucky, there was an inn that he would frequent. The building's gone, but they have a brass sign where it used to be. Now it's a little subdivision.
You get over to Western North Carolina, you see a lot of plaques that say President Bill Clinton slept here. And then there's one about a half mile down the road that President Bill Clinton slept here. Didn't say he stayed there, he just, um,
Oh
Yeah, I didn't think you got those kind of places now. So,
yeah, Bill Clinton stayed my dress here.
oh no,
yeah, that's right.
Oh,
New
That was
dress
too
Bill.
much. That was too far.
you're gonna be like Jimmy Kimmel. You're gonna get a couple days off.
That was too much.
But James,
Too
you're
soon.
right. There's people that own them. They own some nice planes, but most of them are owned by partnerships because, like I said, it's just so expensive. My dad had a friend who had a Laker, and if you don't know what that is, that's a boat that's made to land in the lake, in the water, and
Has
that thing it had so
We call them
many.
float planes, but all right.
Yeah, it's a float plane, but this one has the fuselage is actually the boat, whereas float boats usually have the
Oh, okay.
pontoons.
Yeah, it's like a.
Yeah, but he
Okay, so this is the one that actually though it's
It
not boat
lands
haul.
on it.
yeah, it actually
Yeah.
lands physically in the water itself. He loved that thing, and I'd flown in it several times with him, and that thing would scat, man. But he started developing some eyesight problems, so he couldn't renew his license, and none of his children were into flying because it was so damn expensive. And honestly, the air is getting kind of, there's a lot of planes in the air all the time. So anyway, he ended up selling it to a guy down in Charleston. But
I don't like flying. We had a friend that had a Piper Cub that was a float plane. I don't like flying in that little shit like that.
you're such a girl. You're such a
I'm
girl that
scared
can
of
throw a
heights. I'm
damn.
also scared about crashing
You're
back on
such a
Earth.
girl you can throw a daggum bale of hay, 15 feet. But
I ain't more, Tom. I'm kind of weak.
so anyway, good morning, Beth. Hope you're having a great morning. There's Craig. Good morning, Craig. So Todd, you got to get all your stuff shipped up.
Yeah, I've got 10 orders now to get shipped out this morning.
Jim, you got a lot of stuff to ship out today.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we got to pull yet.
regrettably, yes.
I think we'll just probably just back off today and.
Yeah, well, no, we're not doing that today because now I gotta go back to work. It's fourth quarter.
No.
B words.
Jim's going to have to go
It's
out
not
and get
fourth
him.
quarter yet. That is until October.
If you quit
No, it's
listing,
No, it's October. I thought October 1st.
yeah.
October
haven't
is
used
fourth
quarters.
quarter.
If you haven't used your eBay coupons, you need to go ahead and use them.
Shit, we use those right away.
No, I might not have this year. I gotta check that. Thank you,
Oh.
Tom.
Now he's got to check it.
Yeah, Tar's got too much faith in me.
Jim, if Tarek starts backing off the listing, you're gonna have to get out, dust off your suit, and go out and find you a Cadillac
Hey,
so you can get back out and start
He
hustling
did
real
list. He
estate.
did list because I've been gone so much. I haven't been listing. He did. He just started listing some stuff. He's like, I gotta list some stuff.
I'm
Anyway,
60 years old. I ain't showing up to no job. They can kiss my ass. I'm retired. I actually retired in '91, but I'm still retired. I'm in between opportunities.
Opportunities. I hate that word. I hate when people say,
I mean,
"I'm
between
in between
opportunities.
opportunities."
If you-
No, you fucker, you got
That's
fired.
that movie. Remember that movie, The Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
And the guy asked, he reports his car stolen. He says, "Well, what was anything lost?" He goes, "Well, my briefcase. It was full." He goes, "What did it have anything in it?" He goes, "Papers. My work papers." "Oh, where are you employed?" He pauses. He goes, "I'm currently in between opportunities."
Yeah, there was a case here in Charlotte where a entrepreneur, his car was stolen, and it was like a Mercedes 500S sedan, probably about 120 grand. It was stolen,
All right.
and then the police found it sitting in a parking lot. The people that had stolen it had run it through a car wash, vacuumed it out, and took about $200,000 worth of dope out the back of it. So they
Oh
returned it
wow!
in better condition than they got it in, but minus the crap, the stuff that was in the trunk.
Hey, that's professional.
That is
That's
professional there.
professionalism.
You know. uh, how about everybody in the chat? Y'all got a lot going on today, going out today. And this, I know you got at least 10 things going out. James, I've got a friend down in the lower part of the state, and he's got like 5 convenience stores. And his managers have been with him for years. I mean, since he's bought them. And he's always said, "This is your store. This is your business. If it makes a profit, you're going to get a big chunk of it." And so, um, his managers are like self-employed. Only they just don't have any of the liability. Let's see. Resellers got 5. Beth's got 5 going. 5 eBay, 3 Poshmark. It's a super slow week. Peddler Profits got 2. And this has got 2.
We did.
A Whirly mug and a pair of Crocs.
We did 300.
If I was to Google Whirly mugs, would I see what you're talking about, Anissa?
What's a whirly mug? Is that
That's
the
what
thing
I was
with the
just
spinner
asking.
and the handle?
I'm not
You
sure.
ever seen those? In the mug handle, it'd have a little figure that would spin.
I've seen it with boobs on them where they tilt when you drink it. They got like
Okay.
a recess in the mug. There's
Uh,
a pair of ceramic boobs, and when you tilt it, the boobs stay at one level. 'cause they
There's
got
good
weights.
money in those boob mugs.
Yeah.
They're not cheap.
you know what? My
Your
dad's sister
bolo.
had a ceramic. You remember?
There's a bolo for you. Watch out for boob mugs.
The market's saturated.
My aunt had a ceramic shop back when.
That's your tip.
I
That's your
was-
reselling
If you
tip.
want to make something valuable, go ahead.
My aunt had a ceramic shop back when ceramics were a big thing, like in the 80s, 70s, and the 80s. And she had a section that had
Yeah.
all of this adult stuff in it.
Yeah.
And
All the boob mugs are over there.
No, more. We
And-
have like a wizard.
erect
It'd be
peni.
like a wizard on one side on the other.
I've never seen that
I was
kind of stuff in my
embarrassed.
life.
It's
At a ceramic store,
Pardon me?
Tom, you know what I'm talking about. It'd
What?
be like a wizard. It'd be like a foot tall. On one side, you look at him, he's a standing up wizard. He's kind of skinny. It's like something from the Lord of the Rings. But if you turn it around the other side, it's a penis. And
Yes,
it's
I've
in a
seen those.
ceramic. These old people
Yeah.
be running these ceramic shops.
I've
here.
My
never
I
seen that.
swear on the Bible.
my
I
And
aunt
I
seen
had
did
one of
ceramics
those.
when I was a
I was
kid.
like 10 years old and it freaked me out.
My aunt
You sure
had
it wasn't a
the mold
mushroom?
for one of those, and she sold the hell out of that stuff. I was embarrassed because she keeps all these
Penis.
molds and the greenware for this stuff. She kept it in a separate room, like like in a porn store,
Yeah.
because she had the boobs and she had
I just think
mugs that had erect peni on it, and that's ladies is what you drank from. And well, I don't want to be homophobic there.
well, and I don't
Gentlemen
want to be
too.
shitty, but you remember in the '80s, most of the people that ran those ceramic stores, they were like, your old granny types and stuff like that.
This-
I mean,
It was
But
a
see-
school field trip, is where I saw it. We were gonna go into the ceramic shop. It was a Catholic school field trip. This thing, and we wandered, like you said, off in the back room. And it was like, what the hell?
I did
see,
not.
my
I
know
never
aunt
seen
that.
was
nothing like
smart.
this.
My aunt was smart. They made the green the what was it called, sludge?
Greenware?
Oh, they
No,
had the
they
mold?
made they actually made the stuff that you make the mold, pour in the molds. I forgot what they
Yeah.
called it. Anyway,
Uh.
they supplied um,
Let's see.
Most-
What, clay?
most of South Carolina and
Yeah, there you
Georgia and North Carolina with that stuff. It was a tremendous business.
Those ceramic stores back then, that was like everybody was doing ceramics because I did it when I was a kid.
We had a place in our town, Eagle River, not a big city, but we had a place called Judy's Ceramics.
Yeah,
And that's
everybody
all
did
was
it. Yeah.
ceramic stuff.
It was
We
actually
have those
quite
ceramic
inexpensive to
classes
get
and-
into because my aunt tried to get me to open up a store in Rock Hill and do it, and because
Yeah,
what she wanted to do,
bought
and
your
then she wanted to leave
greenware, and then you
space.
had those things to scrape the lines off.
She and my dad didn't get along. Like
Well, because
99.5% they didn't get along. And she wanted me to open up a store so she could rent warehouse space from me, so she could just bring a lot of that stuff, liquid pottery, up and store it. I said, "Why don't you talk to Dad about it?" And my uncle said she would rather go bankrupt than have to ask your dad for something like that.
Oh boy.
So, as personable as I am, yeah, there's attitude in my family.
Yeah, I do think that, but looking back, that probably would have been a big moneymaker. You could have called it Tom's Erotic Ceramics.
Well, and that's not all they made, too. They also made ceramic pipes for if you wanted to smoke just a little bit of tobacco at a time. So
Yeah.
just like a pretty good sized pinch of tobacco, and you want to put it in a little bowl and smoke
They
it.
sold those at the ceramic
Yeah.
stores? I never saw anything like that.
I think it was called Slip. But yeah, after the family my dad and
Oh,
my
they
aunt
said that
kind of
you
got
call
close
it
to
Slipware
being
or
like
something?
death old.
Just
Yeah,
Craig.
but now you made me remember it.
When our family would get together, my cousins, my aunt's daughters would go. I think she and Daddy are selling something else besides Slip. I believe that's what it was called.
oh boy.
I think
But
you're
anyway,
right.
she used to give her hell about that. Pottery Slip. Yep. It's
So when
called
it's slipware, is that the same as greenware?
The Slip is
I think
what
that's
is
greenware,
Because
isn't it?
Tara's calling it.
okay. When you open up a box, because it was like a square box and it had a bag in it with a nozzle on it. Once you opened it up, you had to pour because it would start setting up. They
Yeah,
pour
because it's different. Because clay is like thick, like clay you put on a potter's wheel and work. But this stuff's like, because you pour it in those molds, it's like more liquidy.
there's okay. That's just a brand, and it's back to your whirly. I have lots of friends, as you can tell. I'm really friendly. Um, is that Whirly? That's a brand because the one I'm looking at is like ones like you would. You've got to drink so much of such and such every day because the ones I keep seeing has like ounces and milliliters on it on the side of it. Is that what you're talking about? Whirly Drinkworks drinking
I
mug.
think we lost her with the ceramics talk.
Hey, that's
Oh,
you'd be
but
surprised. I actually bought way back, probably about well, it's before Roberta. And we celebrated 21 years yesterday. Excuse me, 31
Oh
years
wow!
yesterday.
congratulations.
Um,
Congratulations!
I bought
You got me and Jim beat.
I bought a bunch of the ceramic molds and sold the
Oh
hell out of
no!
those things.
Oh yeah. When was this? A long time
Yeah,
ago?
this was back in the 80s.
Oh, because I think now they're kind of hard to sell.
Aren't they making them out of ceramic or out of silicone now too, and they're real cheap?
How
What
the
the
hell
the
would I know
molds?
that?
Yeah, because those things are
Yeah,
heavy. Yeah, I think the molds they use now are
yeah,
like
because the new ones I think they're actually making them out of silicone, and they're much cheaper than the old the old heavy
yeah.
molds.
Okay,
And
they make
that's what
mugs
happened
everywhere.
with I used to sell radio tubes, and they started making them. All of a sudden, my radio tube sales went down to nothing. All of a sudden, China started making brand new vintage radio tubes for like $15 a piece, and I couldn't compete with that. It was just any tube you wanted, even the rare ones, because most tubes ain't worth anything. But you get some rare tubes. Well, China was just copying them all and making them all $14.99 a piece, and I was done with the tube business. I threw out a whole pallet of them.
Okay, I
Did you
see.
run
Yeah,
around saying
you guys didn't have
tubular, man?
Yeah.
yeah.
Some of those radio tubes, Jim was selling them for like $80 a snap.
Not all, but
There were some.
I had a
There's
tester.
certain
You have to
ones,
test
yeah.
them. But I didn't know that some of these emit radiation.
Yeah.
I asked the guy I bought them from. I said, "Can I get sick from testing these?" He's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Oh my god." Yeah, because this thing buzzes. It smells funny. This tube tester lights up the tube and that gives you the stats on it and stuff. But it's like from the 1950s. And then I'm reading things where there's radiation warnings. I'm like, "What the hell is this?"
Well, you do have that little weird burn spot on your nose.
Yeah.
We've got a neighbor. His father just passed away. His mother passed away like 15 years ago. His father just passed away, and he said, "I haven't been up into to my dad's attic in 30 years." And they were looking, going through stuff, and because basically they're picking out. He and his sister is going to pick out all the stuff that they want, and then their children can come through and pick out what they want, and whatever's left, they're going to auction. I mean, have an estate sale auction going on. He said he went up in the attic. He says, "My daddy must have never thrown away a goddamn television." Pardon my language, Sue, but I was
Oh
quoting.
no.
He said there was a stereo TV set that must have been 8 feet wide and weigh 300 pounds. And he said there was portable
He
ones
put it
back
up in
there,
the attic.
portable black and white ones up in the attic. He said they instead of throwing them away, he just stuck them up there.
Yeah, because back in the old days, you could throw them away for free.
Yeah, now they're toxic waste.
Yeah. Well, they were back then too, but nobody cared.
So I'm glad my mom has been having boxes brought down so she can go through it, and she's kind of divvying up what, because she's got my old Cub Scout uniform. She's got all kinds of stuff like that. So she's divvying them up and putting them in totes. And
So
she
one
said,
day will we see you in your Cub Scout uniform?
That would be. I just had as a vision. It would be cute as a button.
Yeah, like Tom comes on the resale
I
show
was
with his
a
Cub Scout
cutie
uniform on.
patootie now. But you know what? The uniforms, I was feeling the fabric on the Boy Scout uniform I had felt like it was made out of tent material. I'm talking about old school tent material. You know that it was thick.
Glad you brought it.
Yeah, well,
Um,
that's when kids want to be like Theodore Roosevelt.
Heavy rugged, you were out in the bush and stuff, crawling around by trees and stuff.
Now guys want to be like Liza Minnelli. If you guys ever seen that show Arrested Development, I never saw it. Liza Minnelli's on that show. If you've ever watched the series Arrested Development, it's worth it just for Liza Minnelli. She is a stitch.
um,
It's a
I
good
can't,
show.
I can't figure out why.
She was in that movie Arthur with
Yeah.
Oh, that's a oldie.
Yeah, that's a
Uh,
good one too.
Douglas.
I saw
What the hell's
Porky's
the
over
guy
the
that plays
weekend.
Dudley
Or
Dudley
maybe it was
Moore.
Moore? Yeah,
Porky's.
Dudley Moore.
I saw Porky's
Who was
over
an
the
uncle,
weekend,
actor,
and I
all
thought I
that
was going to
stuff.
wet myself. I was laughing so hard. If y'all haven't seen
Is he
that, you
still
should.
alive?
He died of cirrhosis. Yeah.
Oh,
Who? Liza was
Dudley
it?
Moore.
Oh,
Who?
of course, I thought
Dudley Moore?
crashed his airplane too.
I'm pretty sure he's been dead
Is
for
Dudley
a
Moore.
long time.
Is he still alive?
No.
And did he? Am I right? Did he die of some liver issues?
He died March the 27th of 2002.
Oh, I guess it's been a while.
This
It's
doesn't
okay. I didn't
say
know
what he
Charles
died
Bronson
of.
had died either. I'm like, I wonder how old Charles Bronson is. He's not getting any older.
Anyway, Landshark, do it, whatever.
Was he drunk flying an ultralight?
I think so. He crashed in the ocean.
Who's that?
No, it's just talking.
He was slinging fly like an
Because Jim
eagle.
said that John Denver killed himself and flew into a mountain or something, which is not true. Okay.
That's what somebody told me. He said,
Yeah.
I
So he just kept
believed it.
repeating. I'm like, and so anyway. They
Actually,
figured out it
Jay,
wasn't true, so Jim just said, I think something more was
I pulled a
drunk.
Jimmy Kimmel. I heard something that wasn't true, and I told everybody anyway.
Javis, I've actually been playing Big Ambitions. I've had to put the farming on the back burner for a while. And God, that's a slow game.
Oh, you quit farming? You
Well,
retired?
I've just
You retired
taken a
from
break
farming?
from it. I just took a break from it.
Getting to be too much.
Y'all a bunch of perverts with the pineapples. I swear. Really. I don't swing. I have never swung. Because you catch some shit that penicillin won't cure.
Oh man, when you just said that, I don't swing. It reminds me of the old country song, "They Be Swinging." It's a whole new
Swanging.
meaning.
If you're going
I
to
just
sing
thought they were
it,
dancing.
if you're going to sing it right. It's swanging.
Yeah. Well, now it freaks me
Well,
out.
she's on the front porch on her porch swing when they're swinging.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of metaphor to me.
Yes, country music is filled with complex metaphors.
Yeah, it is.
James, I had plowed them. I had harvested, plowed, fertilized, limed, and it's just going to sit there for a while. Time stops when I log off.
And just left the land vacant.
Yeah. Because time
Oh, that's
stops.
good.
So it's not
We
like
can
these
invade your
games.
property. I think they're gone.
It's not like these games where you're on a server somewhere and so time is continuously running. And
Oh my
whether
God, what was
you're
that
logged in or
stupid
not.
game you
So
used to play?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Good game, Empire.
Oh, Jim used to play Good Game Empire. And he'd have all these people, and they'd have these alliances and shit.
See, they just get too
It was a big,
complicated.
it was a big time suck. Yeah, it turns into a huge time suck.
Well, and then you do something or say something, then people get butt hurt, and it's like, oh my god. And then you got like, settle everybody's feathers and stuff. It's like it's like Facebook. It's like everybody, no matter what, eventually everybody's in a fight.
Do you see Daisy? Look, she got herself underneath that table back there with that totes in the way, so her butt's hanging out.
Yeah,
She's had
I
enough
did
of
have
me.
We got
farm
that
hands,
straight out.
Davis. Sue? Oh, that's right. You had to go back to you didn't have to go. You had to go back to work because your former boss was crying on your shoulder so much. She's so sweet. Have a good one, Sue. You know, back years ago when I
Yeah, we still live there.
when I was surveying, we'd be cutting lines out, property lines, and we would cut. They would be out. We'd be out in the middle of damn nowhere, and you would see we'd find pot fields out there, and we just kept on moseying. We didn't touch nothing because we didn't know if somebody was sitting there watching with a damn gun or not. Uh, but that shit was everywhere because they actually you don't have to have that much light for them, apparently, because we'd find them in the middle of cluster, like forest, rows and rows of them
Oh,
planted.
I don't know. I thought, wait a minute, I thought they need a lot of light because isn't when people grow them in their closet in a pot, they'd always have like those when they catch them. Like one of the ways
I
they
don't
caught them
know.
is you'd have a super high electric
I don't
because they'd have
know.
all these grow lights.
I'm not a
Well, I'm telling you, don't you watch
Yeah, but
TV?
the thing about it is, I guess it got enough light back there. I mean,
Oh,
really, I don't know. You just found this stuff. Good morning, Harry. Now, if they legalize growing in South Carolina, I have a 50-acre tract, and I can get a license. I will be saying goodbye to reselling crap.
no, the market probably get flooded. Why don't you just grow some hemp now?
you know, if they would put a tax on it like cigarettes, and they had to be manufactured like pretty much like cigarettes, and they put a big penalty on for bootlegging, we probably have enough money for our schools, our roads, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, put
Really, James? Yeah,
tobacco auction barn. You could have the marijuana auction barn with just big bales of marijuana getting auctioned off.
yeah, probably be like that, like in the old days of tobacco. For you, if you used to
Yeah, we
crop
still have
tobacco,
a
and then
tobacco.
you would take it to this big barn, and they would auction it off. You know,
Well, they hang it for a while here, and then they dry it, and then it gets auctioned off during the
we're way
winter.
past that. It's already
So,
cured. It's ready to be sold and rolled into cigarettes. Um,
yeah, that's how
and
this
that
is
was
too. But they only grow something here called burley tobacco, and they cut it by hand, which I would think, like, don't they use like combines or something for it? But they'll be out there. They'll have a whole crew of like, Hispanic workers out there with machetes chopping that stuff down by hand, and
yeah,
then they stick it for like a couple weeks, and then they go back out and get it.
yeah. That's what they do nowadays. Back in the day, you hand cropped it, then you put it on tobacco sticks by hand, and then
Yeah,
two of your
they do that
agilest
here. They
teenagers
hand
would
crop
take it up into the barn and hang it up in the barn to dry. James, did you ever do any tobacco work over in
They
your
take
part?
it on they cut it and then they take it and they put a stick in it and they put it in the field and it sits out there for maybe like a week or two and then they pick it up and hang it in the barn.
Oh, I haven't had anything to do with that kind of stuff in a long time. Um,
Yeah, I'm not. It was like hard work, I'll tell you that.
that was some damn hard, nasty work.
And it's hot.
Um,
Well, what the heck? Now I got to ask this. Jabez said, "Well, Kentucky grows. What's the difference between burley and leaf tobacco?"
I don't know, but yeah, we
Because I've
grew.
asked people down here, like, "Why do you all cut it like that?" He goes, "Well, that's just the way we do it." I'm like, "Okay, well, that's not really an answer."
What is burley tobacco? Burley tobacco is light, air
I
cured
don't know.
tobacco used primarily for cigarettes productions. In the United States, it is produced in an 8 state belt with about 70% produced in Kentucky. Okay.
Oh wow, so most of it, a lot of it's grown here.
So, that's the
Brandon
best.
grew some burley tobacco.
Yeah, a friend of mine, my best friend's dad, stepdad, had tobacco growing in his backyard. They live over. They live over in Myers Park, which is like one of the old moneyed areas of Charlotte. And he had like 2 rows of tobacco in his backyard. And his wife said, "What the hell are you going to do with that?" He says, "Well, I'm going to see if I can cure it and roll my own."
Well, Brandon
Uh,
didn't try to smoke it, but he did grow it and dry it. Brandon likes to go to the state fair here, because you'll have the room where they judge the tobacco. So he likes going over there and checking that out.
Baling hay. There's too
Baling
much.
hay is
There's
working.
too
It's
much
all
equipment. Okay, I know it's a stupid game, but after I started messing around with Farm Simulator and I started baling hay, and they have all this equipment in there. They have equipment to pick the bales up, and I thought this is BS. So what do? I go over to John Deere, and they make the damn equipment that you're using in the game.
yeah, those bale.
And I'm thinking to
Yeah.
myself, why the hell did Brad Hucks not have one of those when we were baling hay? Actually, it was
I don't think they invented
Sudax.
it yet.
I may, yeah, might have not been, honestly, um, because we would pick up. My dad grew. It was for cows, so he grew this thing. It's called like Sudax sorghum or something like that, which looked like a corn stalk. And so what you had to do was when you cut it, the machine that you used to cut it with also crushed it, so the juices would come out of it. It was heavy as hell throwing it up on the back of a trailer. So yeah, I
Yeah.
used to be fit, not fat, because I did that kind of work. Picking watermelons, Jameis, is mine is limited to like a garden plot. Yeah, that's where the old Charlotte money lives. Yeah, if you're doing the rounds, like my brother, he's got a attachment for his tractor that he can move a forklift that he can puts it on the 3 point hitch and moves round bales around.
Well, they have those because when I baled hay, we would put the hay wagon on behind the baler and ride on the wagon, and then the bales slide up to you and you just stack them. But I saw somebody that was doing small square bales, and he dumped them on the field, and he went through with this tractor. He had a front end loader on it, but it had like a special square thing with like clamps on the side, so he'd pick up like 30 at a time, make them in a square, and then he could just go put them where he's gonna put them.
Have you seen the one that has like they're little small bales, and the baler shoots them into you got the tractor, and then you got the baler, and then there's the hook to the back of the baler is a trailer,
That's
and
real work, Lag.
it shoots the dadgum little bales out into the trailer. Weirdest thing I ever
Yeah, it's a
saw.
kick baler.
I, you know
That's
what,
been
Lag?
around a long time though.
Yeah, Lag. I have worked in the fields, cutting hay, baling hay in real life, and then um, I worked from the time I was 13 till I retired in the surveying field, hacking through property lines and all that kind of stuff. I've not always been this fat, lazy person that I am today.
Yeah, Tom Hucks, Esquire. Fancy lad, hard worker.
Yeah, I was not raised with a silver spoon in my mouth. Which is terrible because I was thinking about because we were sitting there at dinner last night and Roberta was talking with Angie about the baby, and I'm thinking to myself that little fucker's never going to have to do that kind of shit if there's anything I can do about it. But then I thought about it. It's like I have stories, I have good memories. It was hard work, But by the time
No.
he's doing everything, it'll be like a synthesizer. You know, Earl Grey hot, one sugar, one cream, and then it appear in a transporter pad. You know that type of thing. Uh, are you, Carl? Are you playing seriously? Are you playing Valheim? I wanted to give that a go, but I haven't had time.
We know you have stories.
Well, you know what, Kent? There's a little fucking button up at the top of the hill. If you don't want to hear my stories, click on it and hit the
Uh-oh.
road.
Oh, F bombs.
I'm just, lag. I don't want to. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings by taking their wrenches away so I can eject them. But I just can't bring myself to it because that's a sign of loyalty to the show, and it it keeps Anissa from going because this is like the grand poobah of moderators. I don't want to go start going through there and just delete people. Uh, yeah, might do that. Cool. Um, is it
So when that
relaxing?
baby's born, are you gonna let him take that baby? Hey Tom, when that baby's born, are you gonna let your son and daughter-in-law take it home with them, or are you gonna take over that baby and take it to your house?
He can stay home. He can stay with them until I need to take him.
Oh, okay.
No, she is apparently she is a. We will probably have him on Fridays because their
How close
schedules
do they live
overlap
to you?
on Fridays. They're both work on Fridays, like all day long. So
How close do they live to you? Pretty close.
20 minutes away. And of course,
Oh, that ain't bad.
Roberta says, now if you need a break or y'all want to go someplace, all you have to do is call, and I'll send time to get him. So that's great because they know. Because I say stuff like, I hope to live to see 9 years old. Because that's an age where they're really, they're not
Well, how
babies.
old will you be when he's 9?
When
How
I
old
will
will
be
you be when he?
76.
All right. Well, I think you could set your goals a little higher than that, Tom. 76 ain't that old, is it?
Well, my
Now that
dad
I'm
lived to
getting
be
closer to
90.
it, I
My
mean,
dad lived to be 90. My mom's 93. My grandparents,
you're probably just.
my grandfathers died young. They were like in their 40s. But they were damn hardworking in the fields. They just killed themselves. My grandma, but my dad's mom was 75, and my mom's mom was 81, I think it was. So hopefully we have a long. I you know I hope I'm around for quite a while. Um,
Yeah, I hope like if I could have the run my uncle had, he was 86 and he didn't really have a lot of health problems. I'd be happy with that.
that's it. I don't want to be 105 and
I'm
I'm
gonna try to
basically
stay
a
alive.
vegetable.
Yeah, I'd like to stay alive as long as I can, or at least a quality of life alive.
I will have to check with I'll have to check with their mom and dad about that. Because I told Angela, I said last night, I said on the morning show, I said these ladies go, well, what's the status on Oliver? I said so. There's people all over the country looking wanting to know what's going on with Oliver. So anyway, February 3rd. I don't know why I've got February 3rd stuck in my head. October 3rd, he will be here.
October 3rd, the big day.
Was it Lag Oliver? Well, he might end up being a Frankie in high school. I mean, in school, because it used to be if there was too many. Like in my case, it was Tommy or Thomas. I had like two Thomases. There was 2 or 3 Tommies and a few Toms in one English class. And my teacher was calling roll, and she said, Brad, Brad, and nobody was answering. And she said, Brad Hucks, and I raised my hand. I said, "That's me, but I don't go by Brad." She says, "You do in my class, so I can keep you
Oh
straight."
boy.
So I would always, so I on my papers, if I missed, I wrote Tommy Hucks on it, you know, at the top of the page. She would strike through Tommy and write Brad, and then deduct points.
So, so is that why you spell Tom with an H to differentiate yourself out from the other Toms and Tommies and stuff?
No, I just started. I mean, when I changed from Tommy to Tom when I graduated from high school, I plugged H in there. But if I
Hmm.
knew what I know about silent letters, I would have spelled it little p Thom because this p is silent.
Hmm.
Tom
That would sound
Thomas
too.
is
That
not.
would look very fancy.
Yeah, I know. Thomas is not a popular name at all now. Um, Todd is Todd is not a common name. Todrick is even
It's like
more rare.
it's kind of like Karen, and my mom's name was Karen. You had a lot of Karens, but now it's like, oh, you're acting like a Karen. Nobody
Yeah,
names their kids Karen, but anyway.
but you know
I've
what?
only ever met one person older than me that is Todd. In my whole life, I've
Oh
never
yeah,
met anybody older than me that's named Todd for a first name.
yeah. One son that was named Todd, but he would have been just a little older than me, so he was definitely younger than you.
All right, Tom, I gotta go
I do too. It's
get my crap
10:16.
going.
I made up for my lost time.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this show's gone down off. This train has jumped the tracks and is way off course
I
today.
blame it on Jim.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's ceramic. No, it was Tom with his ceramic thing, with his erotic
yeah.
ceramics. I'm like, what? I
Erotic
didn't even know that
ceramic
existed.
story. Yeah.
Ping's
That's
son-in-law's
where it
name
went
was Todd.
downhill.
But yeah,
Huh.
he's not
And
older
I think
than
the
me.
fox and Fox and the Hounds is named Todd, isn't it?
Yep.
All right. We'll see y'all later. Have a great day. Thank you, everybody, for coming in.
All right.
Y'all have a great day. See you
Bye.
later.